Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play.
So,
Barry's back.
Spoiling you.
Do you know what that means?
Card games.
We've got another card game. Yes, Barry, tell me, what is this card game?
This is Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions. Very rolling off the tongue, easy to say game. Champions. I imagine it's going to be known as Champions. This is the new collectible card game from Play Fusion. Same guys that do Lightseekers, which is another collectible card game. And this, similar to Lightseekers, will also have a digital version, but this is the physical version that we are currently playing.
I don't do digital versions, Barry. I do physical things.
Why not both? ¿Por qué no los dos?
Because I don't have a computer.
Well, there we go. How are you uploading all of this? Magic.
Sheer will.
Yeah, I mean... so this is a collectible card game, right? So I have a stack of cards, and I have another stack of cards that I don't need. But that's how collectible card games work with your blind booster buys. But because it also physical, you can scan the physical cards. I don't know if you can see them there. The funny little dots around the outside.
Scannable. Look at this, yeah.
You can scan into the main game app. Ooh. And you'll have this card online. Now, everything that you're going to see today has already been claimed. Don't bother scanning the cards that you see as we play them. However, at the end of the game, we will... or convince Mike to upload some of these, which you'll be able to scan and unlock points in the digital game.
And Barry assures me that those points will be of use to you in the digital realm.
Yeah, I don't really know what they do. Nobody really knows what they do because the app's not out yet. But when it is, you'll have a point if you scan that card. I don't know what you'll get for that.
My understanding is you'll get some magical dust that can be used to be spent on non-corporeal things. Yeah,
it's going to be... I think you need something like 500 scans. You can only scan each one once to get a free booster pack or something.
500 scans? But I only have 3 friends.
Well, just buy 500 cards. There we go. Problem solved. That's how they get you.
That's a marketing model if I ever heard one.
So in this game, there are 4 factions. You have Death, as best represented by Nagash. You may remember him from the tabletop game. Seems to have survived into the Age of Sigmar. I don't know much about the Age of Sigmar, Mike. I played Warhammer as a kid, but I don't know what they've done.
We're in the same boat, Barry.
Yeah.
My understanding is they blew it up, and then everything came back with different names.
Yeah, seems to be. That seems to be accurate, and all that I know.
One thing I do know, fun fact about Nagash, the Age of Sigmar model is much, much better than the Warhammer model.
Yeah, the Warhammer model was tall, but it wasn't ridiculous.
Well, story about that model. It won an award for being the worst sculpted model ever. And true story, the sculptor who made it for Games Workshop actually designed it as a as a joke. Exactly right. He'd put forward. They'd asked him to turn around a model in like a ridiculous amount of time, and he was like, or something. There's a story where he winds up being jaded, and so he makes it as sort of a show of protest, and then they just signed off on it, and they're like, this is fine. And it became widely regarded as like the worst model ever.
I did not know that.
But the Age of Sigmar resculpt is actually incredible. It's a beautiful model, and my friend won't put his... Ollie, who plays on the channel, won't put it together, paint it, because he doesn't believe he's actually good enough to assemble it yet. It's like, when I'm good enough, I'll tackle it. And it's been like a year. I'm like...
Yeah, you're never putting that together. In the future. The other factions are Destruction, personified by the Wah, right? So
orcs.
Yeah, orcs.
Orcs.
There's Chaos, where you'll find all your demons and various nasty people.
We've got more characters here from Warhammer.
Yeah.
I don't know Gordrak.
No, imagine he's a big deal. I don't know.
But I know Archeon.
Is that, again...
He's had like several models. He started off riding a horse, and now I think he rides like a 3-headed dragon.
Yeah. He's on some sort of mount, I believe.
Yeah, it's got like 3 heads, and one's like acid and fire and ice.
Cool. If you're into that sort of thing. Last one's Order, as represented by the Stormcast, which are the new Ultramarines. Humans from the world, and
colloquially known as also, the Sigmarines.
Yeah, there are other. Each one's not strictly good or bad, right? So the elf, which I believe are high elves and maybe dark elves as well, kind of mixed together, are also in order. Chaos probably has a few kind of... in the future, they'll not just be like what you think of demons and such, like there'll be beasts and stuff in there, things with perhaps...
Are you telling me there's some morally grey zones? Moral grey zones?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how death can be anything other than the undead, but I guess maybe they've got some options there.
As I think Ollie put it, or maybe it was Chris put it in our Dark Souls playthrough, death is a form of healing.
That doesn't seem right, but I don't know enough about it to dispute it.
You can't be ill if you're dead.
All right, fine. I feel like somebody had a bad time there with the doctor. So let's jump in. Talk about some.
All of this stuff says founder on it, Barry. Are you a founder? What does that mean?
I am a founder. I was suckered into buying the founder's kit. So the founder's kit comes with a starter deck for each of the factions. 10 extra boosters, as well as the 4 or the 1 each times 4.
Boosters? This is a CCG then?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
So do these have rarities?
They do.
Is it this little square?
That little square. So the gold square at the bottom is rare, silver, uncommon, and the little bronze one is common.
So this is a common Hell Knight.
Yeah. Run of the mill, everyday Hell Knight. The same that you might see while walking down any high street in Britain. So let's decide who's going first. I'm going to toss this coin.
Tails!
Tails it is. Would you like to go first or second? If you go second, you'll get an extra card to start.
Well, I feel like I want to be the first person. I want to go first.
First player. All right. Choose your deck.
Well,
now these are all constructed decks. These are not the starter decks. I don't know if they're any good, but built them myself.
I'm going to be Gordrak, Fist of Gork.
The guy we don't know.
The guy that I've definitely never played before and have no idea what I'm doing with.
And I'll be playing the Order, who are kind of set up to at least defend against destruction. So a lot of healing in here, a lot of... defensive cards, whereas this one's all out smash, right? Just as much damage as it can put down in as short an order.
I've got to say, I've never seen, I don't know if this is actually being picked up on the camera at all, but I've never seen a black and white foil card.
Yeah, some of the art is black and white on the cards. I'm not sure why that decision was made. Obviously, traditionally, Games Workshop have a very long history of black and white art, and I really like some of it, but this is definitely modern art that's been grayscaled.
I know why it's here, Barry. It's to represent all those models you didn't paint.
That's exactly why they put in, painted and unpainted models. That's exactly what's going on.
It's an accurate, realistic representation of my Warhammer army.
So just as a rough overview, there are 5 different card types in Warhammer Champions. First is Blessings, or first are Blessings. These cards are things that you'll get bestowed upon you from whichever deity you may call upon, depending on what sort of questing that your champions do.
Renewed Warlust, not to be confused with regular Renewed Lust.
No. Yeah, you get into it and then you get into it again. The champion cards, these can take the form of a warrior or a wizard, being red and blue, and some may even be a warrior wizard, so both red and blue. This determines the other types of cards you can play. Warriors can play units, wizards can play spells, and there's different abilities as well that trigger off that. So those are the other 3 kinds of cards: abilities, units, and spells. So at the start of the game, we put the blessings out at random. We don't know how our gods are going to favour us. Should we perform to their abilities?
Why am I shuffling the champions? I keep doing that.
And then we're going to set up playing the champions. So, Mike, you're going to place 1 champion on a random blessing of your choice.
Because I am first player.
Now, in this game, positioning is important. You'll be facing off effectively against the champion in the opposite lane, as well as cards can sometimes refer, if you look at the bottom there, to what areas they affect. So this will affect the lanes either side of it. So if this guy was here, for example, then he couldn't affect this end lane, but it could affect these two here.
Ah, with his ability.
Yes. So cards, of course, as with all games, all card games really, the basics of the rules very straightforward, and then the cards themselves tell you what they do.
Right. So I'm going to start by I'm going to put down a Grot boss, and he's the boss of Grots.
You're not the boss of me.
Well, you're not a Grot, Barry, so that is correct. And Grot boss is going to sit here in this lane, looking like he's mad at you.
All right. I will... Okay, I'm going to place my 2 Liberator Primes. So these are my cheapest units, or cheapest champions. Every champion has a cost up to 20. Can be spent on all 4.
Those are your mooks.
These are my chumps. Then you're going to place another 2 champions.
Oh, that's a shiny mook, and that's a non-shiny mook.
I think you'll find they're both quite shiny.
It's just the angle I'm sitting at. You're right. You've got 2 shiny mooks.
Yep. 1 shiny card guaranteed in every pack. That's how they get you.
How many cards do you get in a booster?
That is unknown. I think you get about...
But didn't you get
1 foil, 1 rare, probably 4 uncommons, I think. And then 6 or 7. I don't know.
Am I putting down 2 now?
You're now putting down 2. I'll place my last 2, and then you'll place your last 1.
Alright, but I feel like you know what champions I've got, so it doesn't really matter what my last one is. But what I will do is I will put down the Uruk boss over here, so my mooks are also flanking you with your mooks. And then I'm going
Chump change.
Put down, process of elimination will tell you what's going on here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put down Godrak, Fist of Gork here.
Yeah. So I can't really get around placing a wizard in the same lane as him.
Godrak really likes to be opposite wizards because he hates them.
Yeah. So I'm going to...
He gets to have 2 extra damage from abilities. But fortunately for you, I only actually have 2 abilities that... three abilities that combo that.
Yes.
Passive, so... I'd have to find them, and that means 1 in 10.
1 in 10. But you should get those. And then your last champion's going to go down.
And that is Snazgar Stink Mullet, renowned for having the stinkiest mullet. He is a goblin grot shaman. Right? They're not goblins, they're grots. Let it be known.
Gretchen, do they still exist in 40k? Is that still what they're called? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Right, finally we're going to determine our life totals. Our life totals start on 30. And then modified by your champion stats. So I have +1, -1, +2, +1. Let me start on 33. 35 is the maximum life you can ever have.
So even if I healed, I couldn't heal over 35?
Correct.
Well, I've got +1, -1, +2, and 0. So I will go up to 32.
All right. Finally, we're going to draw our starting hands. There are no mulligans in this game yet. May come. I'm going to get 5 cards.
And I will have 4.
There's Mike's going to get 4.
I'm going first.
The name of the game is to reduce your opponent's life total to 0. You'll have 2 actions as standard every turn, which can be used to play a card, activate an heroic act, and any actions that are unused at the end of turn will allow you to draw a card. There's no drawing cards as an action in the middle of a turn. Unless you've got a card that lets you do that.
My hand is very different to my hand from last time.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, different game now.
Yeah, I'm going to play an Arcane Bolt, which in 3 turns will do something exciting, but for now will not. And that has to go on my wizard, because he's the only one that can cast spells. The others are dumb orcs. This is a Stomping Maw Crusher, who's going to prevent you from deploying units with your wizard.
Yeah, alright, okay.
Which you can't do anyway.
Yeah.
Why it's funny and tragic.
I see.
The tragedy of the orc Stomping Maw Crusher. But, no, in fact, he doesn't even do any damage. Maybe I should put him over here. Nope. He will be there, and I will live with it. Over to you, Barry.
Very well. Fine, I'm going to Let's have a look. Let's get some characters down, shall we? So I'm going to play a Strike Force Liberator. Just here. Seems reasonable.
Oh my god. No, get it away. What does it do?
So it just does damage. Increased by whilst you're strong.
Oh no.
I'll also play a second unit here. Which is fairly basic. Now, 2 actions a turn. That's it. Mike's go. Draw a card. Oh, no.
No, don't draw a card.
You don't draw a card. You have to not use an action to draw a card. And it's a very difficult habit to get out of, to not draw a card at the start of turn. So just to clarify, if I'm disengaged, if you have nothing there, then I will do additional damage in that lane.
How do I know what's highlighted and what's not highlighted, Barry?
Well, so at the bottom of the card, it tells you what areas are highlighted. Okay, so either it will refer to the lane it's in, or the ones to the side, or the whole row. So at the start of turn, the first thing you're going to do is rotate your cards counterclockwise.
I rotate the cards. So because they've both got X's in the corners, nothing exciting happens. But later, exciting things might happen.
Might.
They might. They might not. They may not. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes to pass. What's this guy doing?
So this guy's just hanging out. he'll do additional damage if there's nobody, if I'm disengaged. So,
right, well, I better get
I'm not sure why unengaged isn't used, but yeah. So you didn't take any actions there? Leaving
exactly. I only rotated. So I had 2 actions left, which means I get to draw 2 cards and put them in my hand.
Fantastic. So I'm going to smash face here. So I'm going to turn them. Then any permanent effects would kind of take place. But here I'm going to do 2 damage to you, plus an additional 2 for being disengaged. So that's 4 damage from my Long Strike Raptor.
Outrageous. I go down to 28.
And then I'm going to deal 1 damage, plus an additional 2 for you being over 20. And then it is my go. So I am going to play a Paladin Decimator. Oh, now I'll tell you what we forgot to do. When you played a spell, you completed the first part of your quest.
That's
Around
true.
the outside of the champion cards, things happen. So I did 1 damage, which completes the first part of his quest. Well, I did 4 damage and I did 3 damage. So that completes the first part of his quest, which is nice. Then I'm going to play Triumphant Smash.
Uh-oh.
So remove a highlighted enemy spell or unit.
No!
That one.
No, my arcane
And
bolt!
then rotate a highlighted allied unit 1 step backwards. Well, I don't have a unit there, so I cannot. So the highlighted part, if you see here, is the red and green. Red refers to the opponent's side, green refers to your own side.
Well, that's just rude. So basically you got to circumvent the negative side of that card by not having a card.
No, that's a positive side. Like
Is that a positive side?
Well, if I unrotated one of my cards, I get another go at it, right?
Okay, so potentially good, but in the case of this guy, not good, because I'm just stalling out my damage.
Yes.
So it could be good, it could be bad.
Correct.
Oh my god, it's like you have to use strategy to plan stuff and things.
And then I'm going to place a Paladin Decimator there for my second action, which completes playing a unit as the first part of his quest.
The Paladin Decimator will kill
Straight up
10%
damage.
of your stuff.
Oh. Look it up, kids.
Right. Back to me?
Back to you.
Alright, well I'm going to rotate this guy, who's now going to do some damage, yeah. So that's 2 damage that you take, Barry.
Okay, I am fine.
This is... No, you're not fine. You're taking 2 damage. I want to draw a card. I just want to draw a card.
Yeah, I know.
Again.
Sometimes you really just want to find the cards you want.
I just really want to draw a card.
But at that point, you've passed your turn, and you're like, oh.
All right, well, let's do some stuff here. I don't like this guy, so he's going to be engaged now. Does that help me?
That would, reduces the damage done.
Great. And by putting this guy down, does a thing happen?
So the numbers in the corner of each unit are referred to on the card itself, which tell you what those numbers do. Right. So in this case, you're going to do me 1 damage.
Yep. So I do you damage, which triggers this.
Correct.
Good. And also triggers that because he did damage as well. Right?
Yes.
Gotta stay on top of these quests, kids. Yep. Blessings are good. Great, and then that's one action, and I think I'll sort of stop there because I can't do anything else.
All right.
I don't. Well, I can, but I don't want to yet. So I'll draw a card.
So start of turn, always rotate your units. Then bottom to top, left to right, effects apply. Nothing, 1 damage. And then 4 damage.
That's just rude, Barry.
So 2 plus 2 because you're over 20 life.
I'm now exactly on 20.
Fine. So for my first act, or my first action, I'm going to trigger this gentleman's heroic act. And look at 2 cards, keep 1. So I can draw during a turn, which lets me then play the card. But ordinarily, that is not possible. So I'm going to keep you, put you to the bottom. And then I'm going to... I'm going to pass to draw a card.
Gotta draw some cards eventually.
Yeah.
It is known.
I drew 2. But my draw was slightly better than your draw because I got to see an extra card.
Wow.
Come at me, bruh.
Alright, so I'll start by rotating this guy.
Yep.
And he's going to do 3 damage to you.
Right, so fundamentally, all cards are going to rotate first. Just in case any effects are triggered that boost damage to units left and right, that kind of thing.
Ooh.
And then this, that's going to deal me 3. 1, 2, 3. And then that's going to deal me 1, right?
Yep, correct. So I'm slowly dragging you down to my level.
Yep.
Like, get down here.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Alright, so now I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to do this suboptimally or not. So next turn he's just going to rotate back and disappear, right?
When a card fully rotates, it is exhausted and goes to the discard pile.
I see. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to put this guy down here. Warg! Chanter.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't do anything yet, but next turn he'll give me an extra action, which is great because then I can do more stuff. But what does happen is this guy is triggered. And he goes and rages on social media about it. And then I'll draw a card because I have one action left over.
Excellent. So I'm going to rotate, and then this goes because there's nothing in that final corner. So if there's ever nothing in the corner, the card is exhausted. Then I'm going to do 2 damage, and then another 2 damage.
That's just rude, Barry.
C'est la vie. Alright, fantastic. So that's not going to help me there, that's not going to help me there. So I'm going to trigger my heroic act again, so I can do that once per turn. Whereas Mike's heroic acts are mostly once per game. But draw 2.
That's why I haven't used them yet. I'm saving them for special occasion. Special moment.
Right, keep you. And then I shall play... No, I'll draw. Done.
Alright.
I'm done, then I draw. Important distinction.
So I will rotate my Warg Chanter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rotate the guy, and then he goes away. Get out of here, stomping Maw Crusher. And this guy will rotate as well, doing 3 damage.
Yep. So you have 1 additional turn, or 1 extra turn, or 1 extra action this turn, and I take 3 damage.
Alright, well, what's going to happen now is this grot is going to come out here, and that...
On top of a card, Mike, can you do that?
Well, I can, Barry, because my grots get better if they're standing on orcs.
Yeah. So some cards have an ability that's called stacking. Stacking cards can be played on top of cards, otherwise you just have to wait for them to rotate out. And then the card underneath becomes a support card, which generally gives some benefit to the card on top.
In this case, it increases damage by 1 per support, so I guess you take 2 damage.
I will take 2 damage. Correct. Now you can only stack 2 cards maximum. That is a...
Are you sure about that?
I'm fairly sure.
Are you fairly sure?
Yeah.
And what about if I don't like a card? Can I just get rid of it, Barry?
No, you have to wait. That is why you have to plan your turns out.
No.
You're on the battlefield, you've given your orders, your units are off. You just have to wait until you can give another command.
Check this out. This guy's going to rotate because
play the group
That's how
unit.
that works.
Yep.
What is his heroic act? This heroic act can be used if the champion controls a unit with support 2.
Correct. So you currently have support 1. You need a second stacking action to use his ability.
And then I could do 2 damage to
Correct. Every turn.
Oh my god, gross. Alright, and then I have 2 actions left. And I think I'll take 2 cards. I will end my turn. My 2 actions become draw 2 cards.
Right, so turn and turn. This is exhausted, having gone all the way round. And this will deal 3 damage to you.
What will?
My Paladin Decimator.
Rude.
Which is closer to 20% of your remaining life total.
Paladin Decimator, your mathematical inaccuracy offends me.
It's 10% of your initial life.
It was at some point it was accurate.
Yeah.
Paladin Decimator cares not for points in time. He's beyond time.
Fine. I'm going to trigger my heroic act. Look at 2. Keep you.
I find this heroic act to be decidedly unheroic.
Well, I'm trying to marshal more troops. And
everyone
then
knows orcs are the real heroes.
I'm going to play this guy here, and he's going to protect me from damage.
Ugh, I dislike him.
And then it is your go.
My go.
So, rotate.
Rotate. So this guy's going to rotate around and give me an extra go.
Uh-huh.
And this guy's going to rotate around and do 2 damage.
Oh, but I protect 2. What a shame.
Alright, let's see. We'll have to figure out something else to do then. I know. How about...
Come at me, bro.
How about this? I suggest... Oh, but this is also a thing that happens now. Oh. What's that? Okay. So this guy comes out here. Now, he is a wolf chariot man who can only go on a stack of 2.
Yep.
And what's neat about that is nothing at this point, actually.
No,
but later it will be cool.
Yes.
Later he will do 8 damage. So these goblins have gotten... The goblins on the orcs have gotten into a chariot. So it's goblins riding orcs riding a chariot. And that triggers his quest.
Yep. So
because that's to summon a dude.
Another unit.
All right. And then I'm going to... So I've got 3 actions.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have...
Oh, so I've played a unit there as well.
Missed opportunity.
A little bit, yeah. I'm not sure how reactions and forced reactions and stuff work, but...
Well, we're going to play casual, seeing as it's our first game. I brought out my Stump and More Crusher.
Yep.
Who's also going to activate this man here.
Yep. All right, pretty brutal.
Now, I've got 1 action left, thanks to my Warg Chanter over there chanting away. So, I'm going to... I think I'm going to play a Deadly Chop, which is an ability that triggers off of... that can be used by anyone. And this kills the Paladin Protector.
It's rude.
Just says remove a unit or...
Okay, so Mike's card says remove a unit.
Is that right? A spell or unit?
And what does my card say?
It says it can't be removed.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
Oh,
no, it's not itself. It's the ones either side.
Yes!
He's fine.
I accidentally succeed again!
I was like, oh no, but I've got those 3 covered. No, I don't. I've got the ones either side of me covered. So if you just look at the bottom there, so the damage reduced is from the 3 either side. Now there's nothing to that lane there. But the green part refers to my units, which is this side, and the one that's not there.
So it's because it's pale in the middle. And then you also take 1 damage.
Why? That's rude.
Yeah, 1 mighty damage. But I complete my quest.
Boom!
Barry.
Blessing comes out.
Everyone knows that the Grot boss is the most powerful guy.
Now, blessings can be a one-off action, or it can be permanent. So let's see what you get.
Ooh,
Now we got if it's smash and bash.
It's smash and bash. I don't know what it is, but I like it. What does it do? 5 damage to your opponent. Oh, gross.
1, 2, 3. This is a finisher, right? So where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably.
And then rotate highlighted units to their final corner.
That's all of them.
Oh, that is brutal. Because that's this. Oh yeah, this guy goes
No, so your final corner's here, right? So you get an additional action.
Yes.
When you rotate through, all the corners trigger. So that's 2, 3, another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this goes all the way to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's a game ender.
That's rude. What do I have to take out?
Nothing. That's it. So this was a one-off use. The blessing can just sit at the bottom there.
Just sits down there looking at you
just to show that it's been used. Some refer to champions who have had their blessing. So you might want to. You probably want to leave that just face down. It's a one use thing, but it's been done. And then this guy was on his 3 corner there.
Is that his final corner?
Yeah.
His final corner is here, isn't it?
No, that's his first corner.
I don't understand corners.
Where you start, and then you got yourself an additional action.
Grand. Don't look. What is that? This
That's
man's
your
scarf.
discard pile.
I'm so excited. I don't know what's happening. I'll draw a card.
Right,
So.
I feel like I'm going to struggle to come back from that. That's kind of how that deck works. I probably should have saved my removal for that. Cool. So that stacks turns nothing. Then I will. How am I going to save myself?
But Barry, I'm out of orcs.
You are low, but you only need to do sort of 2 things. Right, so I'm going to use my thing, use my heroic act to draw a card.
You see, what I should have done was use his heroic act to kill you instead of drawing a card.
Yeah, that would have been
That would have been the smart play. But I was so excited, and then I didn't read my cards.
I do
Pro play with Mike Dennis.
I do not think I can pull myself out of this, but let us find out. So there's 1, and then I shall play...
And getting lucky to victory here.
Yeah, I'm going to play this Protector here. So that completes that quest. I'm reducing damage for a turn. Not sure it's going to be enough, but that's fine.
So these are all gone now, right?
Yes, everything's going to leave.
And him as well.
Yep.
I'm sad because now I can't use his ability. I'll never get to use his ability. Right, stop.
Yeah, but only because I'll be dead by then, so...
That's so rude of me. Okay, because I can... I've got 2 actions, right?
You do have 2 actions, that is the default.
Okay, so... Can this guy just start rotating again? Can I complete his quests again?
No.
Sure, okay. What does this guy do? He reduces damage by 2?
Correct.
In these 3 slots?
Yep.
Alright,
I don't have enough to...
Then, how about... But spells as well?
Highlighted enemies, yes. So, it's not units, it's anything on your side, right? So, it's when you're casting a spell, it's actually your champion that's doing it, and your champion is a unit.
Reduce damage received from highlighted enemies by rotated.
So, by 2.
Oof, okay. So, what I should do is put this guy down.
Yep.
And then...
Could be in trouble.
Put this guy down, because he
does... For the last 2, yep.
Damage to your opponent increased per support.
Yep.
So that's 2.
1, 2. Boom. Done. GG.
Cheesed it! I cheesed it, Barry! I totally cheesed it.
That blessing. It was the end for me.
Complete.
I went from 20 to
0.
2, yeah. And it would have been 0 because you... Yeah. That deck seems pretty good.
You built a good orc deck. I approve of your orc deck.
But of course, if you pulled one of the different blessings, because you don't know where it is and you don't know what one to focus on, and you probably don't want to be focused on rotating all your champions, getting all 4 blessings out is highly unlikely. Focusing on one to complete it, see what you get, and then focusing on another one is a good strategy.
On these ones.
Yep.
But I think you have to be sort of like I mean, if you're really good at this, you'd be cognizant of what kind of cards you have in your deck and things like that. Like I had sort of some abilities come out at the start and I was saving them for the opportune moment because those are the least common cards in my deck.
Yeah. And I do have healing in here, but I did not find it. I may, in fact, I've got the maximum amount of Gift of Sigmars that I'm allowed. And I do even have healing spells, but...
You have to get them.
Okay, this is fine. It's a stupid game, don't buy it.
Just have your friend Barry build your decks for you.
Yeah.
That's how I win.
And that is it. So games are fast, furious, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I like
30 minutes top.
I like the back and forth.
I mean, I the start there, you're down to 13. I was doing okay on 20. Right? I had a window up until you got that.
I was watching my damage tick down and I was like, it's okay, I have a card in my hand that heals me for 3. I was like, this will save me.
It's something.
It's something.
And I don't know. Tournament play is going to be coming out with rules very soon. Probably out by the time you see this.
Well, everyone knows that Games Workshop are very good at coming out with errata and official rules.
It's not Games Workshop though. It's Play Fusion. Right, so effectively they've just got the license. You can buy these in Games Workshop, but they're not really supporting the tournament scene for it. You might even be able to play, but mostly the tables there are set up for miniature gaming.
You'd have a hard time putting these mats down on the rolling grasslands.
You could, and you get the hills underneath, and like,
future.
I've got the high grounds, Anakin.
Can I put like castles in my lanes for defensive purposes? You
But,
can't get past this castle.
Yeah, that's kind of the game. So the critical part is thinking about your deck building. So there's a lot of steps to think about. How many spells and abilities that rely on the wizard or the warrior classes. How do you trigger your questing? And in what order? Like, do you have a champion that's really easy to quest with? You can do it in maybe 2 turns, 3 turns. And somebody else that's maybe... You're not going to focus on them.
So if you had the correct 4 cards in your hand, you could actually do a quest in 2 turns, right?
Correct, yeah.
Because you can only play sort of 2 cards per round because of your actions.
Unless you get multiple actions.
unless you're a gross cheater who gets multiple actions per round.
So and a card could only trigger once per... what's what I'm after here? Card. One
Once per
corner,
opportunity.
Yeah. So if you play a card that happened to fulfill 2 quests in a row, you would only get the first one. You can't trigger...
So, for example, my Grot boss here, his first one is damage and then summon a Grot man. But I couldn't... If I had a...
Well, a better example would be you've got your Grot unit and a unit. So playing a Grot unit satisfies both a Grot unit and a unit, but you only get the first one.
Exactly. Ugh.
That's that. Alright, well, rematch at some point, I guess, but...
Barry, the people like to know about the sleeves. What are these sleeves?
The sleeves, so these are...
Beautifully color-coordinated, all of these decks.
So every blessing is in an orange dragon shield. Should hopefully be glare reflective, so you're able to see the cards.
Dragon shields.
The purples, again, all the cards are dragon shields. I think purple's matte. The only one that's slightly odd are the grey... silver ones, so you'll notice all the rest are quite smooth, but this should be matte, which I didn't really see when I was buying them, but I thought I wanted to sleeve the cards because if they get damaged then you got to go find them again. And I wanted them to be colour coordinated because that's just one of my issues.
Well, we here approve of these issues.
So there we go, 100 packs.
And when can we buy this in stores?
This is out. This is out now. So this came out, well, I don't know how you're going to put the video up, but last week. Tournaments will be happening. Casual plays, obviously still kitchen table, as we are here.
You mean official, very swanky film set?
Oh yes, of course. Like with all your assistants in the background there. Thanks again, guys, for helping us film. And we are, but I'm enjoying the game. This is, I've only played a couple of games.
Game's over, Greg. Get back in your box.
But the deck building seems interesting, and some of the mechanics. When I first saw the game, actually, I thought I'm not that interested in it. It looks like a lot of the actions are rote, like you'd have to play what you've got. But actually, planning ahead is a big part of the game.
Yeah.
And planning your deck is a big part of the game. So even if you'd pulled a different blessing, sure, you wouldn't have smashed me for 18
damage all at once
in a turn. And in fact, I only recently found out that when you rotate something to its last corner, you get all the ones in between. I thought you just got the last one.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah, so I don't know if that might change, I guess, depending on how strong that becomes, because a 20-point swing is nothing to be scoffed at in a game where you start with 30.
Yeah, good lord. That was a serendipitous occasion.
Yeah. That was not,
you were like, don't pull smash and bash.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was because you just put down the 2 big units that were going to do loads of damage.
I couldn't have known.
Well, to me, that's the strategy of the deck, right? And so building the deck.
I was just hoping.
Because, yeah, you can do the same thing with your leader, and you can do the same thing with a spell with your wizard there, other champion. So yeah, the deck's built around
rotation.
Nothing, smash. Nothing, smash.
It rotate all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Big hits.
But it didn't work out for me. This is fine. If anybody wants to buy some Warhammer Age of Sigmar Champions, let me know in the comments.
I've decided I will
shiny
be
ones.
playing orcs.
Yeah. The end. That is the game.
Well, thank you very much for coming on this Age of Sigmar Warhammer adventure with us. And we'll be back with more cards.
Now, we will edit in these at the end. Or we can quickly... I don't know how these are going... We'll put them in a different picture.
We'll figure something out so that you can...
Can you see it? Can you see it? There you go.
So that you can scan these beautiful 8 things here and get 8 magical Warhammer dust.
Yeah, you get 8 points for nothing. But I get 16 points.
There we go. So I'm helping out my friend here. Unbeknownst to me, there's a market.
Ulterior motive. 16 dust, yeah.
And then you can play online, and I can't, because even if I had a computer, I don't have any cards.
I can give you some cards. It's fine. I've got loads of dust spare.
Hey, Barry, all of these cards have copper symbols on. That's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They cost £5 each. Thank you. GG.
GG. Well, thanks for coming, Barry.
Been emotional.
We'll be back.
No, I'm never
for
coming
more
back.
cards.
It's
It's all right. We'll have different card games. More cards.
Okay.
There's more cards coming in the future, possibly, once I figure out how to film them better. Yes.
Do let us know what this, how this looks in the end, because if we want to film more card games, we have to get the right angles, Greg. So if you didn't get to see the action enough, or if you want,
do you like us playing side on? Would you rather we're sort of at an awkward angle or sort of turning around?
Yeah, if you can leave a comment, let us know how you want us to film head-to-head games in the future.
I'm told this is the best way to play head-to-head.
Yeah.
Because it's like head-to-head.
Yeah, it's like how you'd play in real life. Like, you wouldn't have both people sitting side by side. Well, what you got? You know.
Oh, there is an issue where we see each other's hands constantly.
Yeah.
You'll notice me constantly doing this in games of hands of cards. And now I'm out of shot. So I guess that means it's time to go.
Yes, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.